Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael.
This is Cleve.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship.
Supreme.
Well, the podcast that dares to ask, how hard exactly do they fall?
I guess it depends on where you shoot them, because some people feel real hard and some people not as hard. It all varies. We're talking about the harder they fall. Thoughts?
It's a movie that came out on Netflix, starring a lot of people.
So star-studded cast.
A lot of people.
Even got Dave Wayne's Jr. in there.
Yeah. I did see a Wayne in there, and I was like,
I wasn't even ready for him.
I
wasn't even ready for him. And he was, you know what's funny is he wasn't funny. He was just super serious and good at the job.
Yeah, it was a film. Biggest stars in it, I guess, would be Jonathan Majors and Idris Elba, and Regina King would be the three, like the big top three, I would say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Otherwise, it's a Western film that is about black cowboys, because they talk about the segregated white towns. So it's very much just...
that white town was so white.
Which is, it's interesting. So, Cleveland and I play video games, and he's talked many times about how much he loves the fantasizing of being like a cowboy, which is why we play Red Dead Redemption sometimes on Twitch, twitch.tv/Friendship Supreme. And he talks about how much he enjoys playing that, and it's kind of the fantasy behind it. And this is a realization of that. We get to see that kind of played out on screen, as opposed to what we generally see from Westerns. Your Tombstone, your Young Guns, your John Wayne films, your Clint Eastwood films. Very much not a lot of diversity within being represented in them.
Right. Which is funny because, without knowing enough to, like we're known for the podcast, cowboy was black ranch hands.
Yeah,
like that's where the cowboy started, and then it was like, let's put John Wayne right there, and he's a cowboy now. And
what we usually do, appropriate the culture and then whitewash it and say it doesn't happen the way you wanted it to.
Right.
Yeah, it's people lost their shit. People still lose their shit when and it's unfortunate because I actually really like country music, but I've seen it within that culture of country music where people do not take it well when it's not, your average white guy singing country
unless
music.
It's that guy from Hootie the Blowfish.
Darius Rucker caught a lot of shit.
Did he?
Yeah, he caught a lot of shit. And Cowboy Troy would be the other one that caught a ton of shit and did well for himself.
Mm-hmm.
But they catch a lot of shit for it, and that's what sucks. Is and God, heaven forbid I talk about Lil Nas X for this, but Lil Nas X, his whole Old Town Road, people want to shit on it and whatever, but it's a solid solid song. I can speak English sometimes. It's a solid song.
You love drop naming
Lil Nas X anytime
Lil Nas X every time.
But the only reason it got accepted into country music, and barely at that, is because Billy Ray Cyrus got on it.
Right.
And how shitty is that? But anyways, that's not what this is about. This is about a movie called The Harder They Fall. It is a fantastic movie.
So good.
A lot of action.
So good.
It's very, very reminiscent of those old school cowboy movies. When I was watching it, it was like I felt like a kid again watching them.
And I think I texted you while I was watching it. Whoever did the wardrobe for this movie did an outstanding job. So it had Jonathan Majors, like we talked about. He is King the Conqueror. He's also in Lovecraft Country. Zazie Beetz, who is in Atlanta and also plays Domino in Deadpool 2.
Was she also the girl in the music video This Is America? I want to say Zazie Beetz was the one that was in that
Maybe.
for a brief moment.
RJ Seiler, who was the Blue Ranger in the new Power Ranger movie.
Fuck, that's who that was.
The Jim,
He played Jim, right?
Jim Beckworth,
Jim,
who
the best fucking
I
character in the whole
loved
show. The
so
whole movie.
much. He was just the best attitude. Eddie Gattegi, who funny all these comic book references. He was Darwin in the X-Men movies.
Oh yeah, that died immediately.
First Class,
instead of making sense.
which is the opposite of how that character works. Anyway, we mentioned Damon Wayans, Regina King, who doesn't need any conversation about her. Lakeith Stanfield, who was also in Atlanta, who steals the show in that movie, on that show to me, all the time. And he was in Sorry for Calling. Thanks, white people. I don't remember. It was a movie where he was a black guy. Sorry to bother you. He was he's a black guy who has to work in a call center, and he puts on his white voice and he makes all these big sales. And it's because it's a whole thing. It's a good movie, but anyway.
Just real minor correction, real quick. It was not Zazie Beetz. It was SZA, which I think is pronounced a certain way, but I don't remember. In the This Is America video, I just wanted to correct myself. I'm wrong a lot, so I just want to make sure that
where at, because I'm thinking back through that video and I can't even think of.
At one point in time, she's just sitting on a chair. It's not even like, I just remember seeing a female artist that I recognized, but like she didn't do anything. She just sat there.
Got you. Also, Lakeith Stanfield was in Get Out. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did not ever end up seeing Get Out. Why did I not see that movie?
Anyway, this movie, so good. Like, we can break down each person if you want to. We can just talk about our favorite people or our favorite scenes. I found out that I'm going to say Nate. I know it says Nat, N-A-T. I'm going to say Nate.
They called him Nat in the game, in the show.
Okay.
The movie.
Nat Love, Mary Fields, Rufus Buck, Cherokee Bill, Bill Pickett, Jim Beckworth, and Bass Reeves are all real historical figures.
Yeah, and it did say they had the disclaimer in the front that was like, these stories might be fantastical or whatever, but these all people really did exist.
Nat Love wrote a book that was published in 2007 called Life and Adventures of Nate Love, A True Story of Slavery Days. Bass Reeves was the first Black U.S. Marshal west of the Mississippi. Like, there was a bunch of work. It seems like they put into this story.
There wasn't a character that I didn't like. I even like at first I didn't like the guy that took over Idris Elba's character for a little bit. The guy that was like playing the mayor.
Dion Cole. I didn't recognize. Did you recognize him?
No.
Do you remember Dion Cole?
No. You said the name. It sounds familiar, but
1 second, I got you. Keep going. Keep talking.
No, I was just gonna say, even like when I first saw him, I was like, okay, I don't really need this character. Obviously, he's gonna somehow come back in the end. But by the time he came back in the end, I even kind of was like, I really connect and enjoy this character with the rest of the story. People are definitely like, so without spoiling it, it is 100% like a Rogue One situation where you are going to lose people you like.
Just know that, and you like everybody, which is real tricky. Getting into spoilers, I will say that there's one character I didn't like, and it's for very obvious reasons, and it's Cherokee Bill. Fuck Cherokee Bill, man.
That shit, I did not take that well.
I I was not happy.
I paused it. Oh wow. Yeah, I did not recognize that.
Yeah,
as
he looks drastically different to
Yeah, he
me.
really does.
But when I saw his name in the credits, Dion Cole, and then I saw that character, I was like, okay, that's him.
Yeah, no, Bill. Um, I think so. I think either Jim or Cuffy were my two favorite characters. Cuffy was such a
good
solid character. I loved when Jim was like, "Oh shit, I was real close. I thought you were a man. I thought I was falling for you."
I wasn't the only one. Tell me I wasn't. I wasn't. It wasn't just me. Yo, Jim was a lot of good laughs, and I think there were a lot of good lines in here too.
There were
so many good lines. One of the ones
really well written.
One of the ones that I laughed the most, I think, was when at the very beginning when they steal the money and have the shootout, and he goes, "You killed my brother." He goes, "It's your half brother. Calm down." Like, like it's less of a big deal.
It was like I said, it was anybody that's wanting a Western film with some really solid writing behind it. I'd be curious to see what the writer of this has done elsewhere.
I can look into that while you're talking.
Because I think that this was solid writing done. And it just was a really well played out story. There was a lot going on. And I think it's the same narrative that we're seeing a lot in any modern film, that there's not a centralized bad guy. Like, we're meant to hate Idris Elba's character, but from watching it, like, we see that Idris Elba's character also has redeemable characteristics that we it's not like Killmonger. Everybody says, like, Killmonger was tough because, like, you connected with Killmonger. Like, yeah, we should be helping people, we should be taking care of stuff. It's shitty that all these people with the means to help people aren't helping people. So then we connected with them, and I see the connection with some of these people. Like, Idris Elba was still a dick. He was still a criminal, but, like, at the same point, you could see that he had things that happened to him that would eventually turn him to this.
Did you see that coming? Because as soon as there was a moment for them to speak, I was like, they're gonna be.
I wish they wouldn't have done that.
I
didn't need that connection.
Jennifer and I were talking, like, maybe cousins. Maybe I could have done with cousins.
It could have just been like, what I could have dealt with more than that is him being the dad, but he was estranged.
I thought that too, maybe.
And so his brother stepped in to take care of him or something. Like, right. Fine.
But it makes the whole first scene make sense when he first walks in and he's pointing the guns at everybody and he's getting ready to do it. But you know what? It does give that great line where that's the final showdown between. So they end up being brothers, half brothers. And
that's a spoiler. Sorry, guys.
Well, I assume this whole. Anytime we we'll do a movie, it's spoilers. He goes.
I'm just gonna cut this as a play during the credits. They were brothers. Like, what?
He goes, you're worse than he was. They're talking about their father, and he said, "You're even going to be worse than I am because I could kill my own brother." And I was like, that's a.
But see, that was when he said that, I was like, man, this is just a cockroach attempt to try to live. That was like your last ditch effort to be like, if I make this big,
he looks like he wanted to die. So to me, it was like, it wasn't necessarily like a trying to stay alive. It's like I just want to like take away from your little bit of sanity one last time.
You sure did,
because he could have just got shot and been done with it. But I want you to know, Nathaniel Buck, that you and me are the same. You're worse than I am. Deal with that.
Cuffy stumbling and dressing heels into the bank.
Cuffy, like calling out Cherokee. I was so proud of her.
Yeah, she said not Jim's first name, but his last name. So he was faster.
Beckworth.
Yeah. I mean, God dang it.
You know what? If I could change anything about this movie, one, my boy got done too dirty. Like, and don't get me wrong, because it makes what Kofi pulls off even better. But he didn't deserve to get done like that. But then two, had it been done with the bullet that he loaded that had Cherokee's name on it, I would have topped it over for me. If he had picked up that gun and went, that's the only thing. Because I was so devastated when he unloaded that one bullet and put that one bullet in and it said Cherokee on it. Oh, Jennifer I said, "Well, I love that. Let's get ready." This guy's like, I have in my pocket a bullet with your name on it that I'm getting ready to bust. And
because like throughout the whole movie, he keeps mentioning Cherokee.
Mhm.
He's saying, "Oh, they keep saying Cherokee builds faster, but I'm faster. I'm better." Like,
and then her line of being like, "Yeah, Beckworth was faster." It just has to gotta bleed out. Regina King was also fucking fantastic.
she was and alive, so
yeah. Oh man, you know what?
We teasered it.
And you know what? I don't mind us coming back. So, because I started thinking about that immediately. Like, okay, so what are they going to tell? I wouldn't mind seeing a Bass Reeves and Kofi like chasing down Tootie, which is just the best old name that you could pick for a woman ever. There was what, Trudy?
Trudy.
Yeah.
Treacherous Trudy.
Like it's just the ideal old name. Like
I really liked Zazi's character as well, though. Stagecoach Mary.
Yeah, she was a badass too. Although, you know, got ass kicked here and there.
They it was a, like I said, hands down. If you liked Western films, this is well written and worth a watch.
Delroy Lindo, the Bass Reeves.
Yep.
Like even just everything he did to me was great, and just his attitude, and even Trudy was like, "And I know you go switch. We'd have called you up. I didn't know you'd fight with the bad guy."
Well, at one point he was like, I can't step in, I can't help you, I can't do this. And then all of a sudden he shows up to kind of, that.
Yo, you're a badass when you're just walking down the street. Like, I don't need to be behind a door. I don't need you're on a building, boom, I've got you. You're coming on a door, boom, I've got you. Someone's about to blow Nat's head off, boom, I got you.
Pickett was an amazing character too. The moment when they're watching the Crimson Hood Gang and he's sitting there just singing his song, and I'm like, God, this is so good. It just was. I can't stress enough how well it was written.
Everyone shined.
Yeah,
which I think is nice.
It's a classic. It will definitely go down as being a classic movie.
Did you notice what it said on the side of the train that Rufus was on?
Mm-mm.
It said C.A. Boseman was the name of the train.
Oh, I did not notice that.
You connected?
Yeah, Chadwick.
I think Anthony, Aaron, Chadwick Aaron Boseman.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was like, because obviously we would have put this guy in the movie.
Fuck, man, he would have been so cool. Damn, he would have been cool.
I can only hope that a sequel would come and it would add more great actors that you would just throw in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
it's just everything Idris did was badass. Like so
the first movie I've seen in a long time where I didn't see McCavity. So
yeah, that's fair.
There's a lot of times I'm watching Idris and I'm like, I watch reruns of The Office and I'm like, get out of here, you feline asshole.
This is actually his second Netflix cowboy movie. He's in a movie called Concrete Cowboy about this black neighborhood in Philadelphia that they keep horses and raise them, and they're just cowboy hats and all that good stuff. And at the end of that movie, it speaks to people in the actual neighborhood who are like, yeah, this is just, we've been here longer than this city's been here and will continue to be here.
I have oddly seen articles about them.
Because it's amazing that in Philadelphia, of all places, you still have this community and these people going strong.
Well, and they're real
And
big on community outreach.
and
Is why.
it seems like not the city's trying to push them out, but I guess society maybe is trying to stop them from being who they've been for generation after generation.
Well, it's the same people that try to, bring the youth into shit that they shouldn't be in.
Right.
Just trying to push that out. Yeah, no, like I said, I've seen articles and read articles about them and their community outreach.
That movie is really good too. It has Idris Elba, and he's the dad of this kid who's the kid from Stranger Things, the black kid. I don't remember his name, but he is not a good dad, and his son is acting up, and his mom was like, "I can't do anything." It's that same old story. I can't do anything. I want to send you with your father. So he goes, and then he puts him on the right path, and different experiences, it's more about him being the main character and his coming of age and all that stuff. But it's good. It's a good movie.
Mine did that, and then mine had me arrested. Anyway, so
word. What the cowboy?
Yeah, it's good. Shit. Any particular moment that stands out in the movie for you?
So much of it. That fucking what, I don't want to get anybody's name. Zazi's song. Oh my god, that was such a good scene when she came out and she had her fucking shotgun and she's hitting on the floor.
Yeah,
I was like, the soundtrack, like everything about it. I'm like, it's all so.
The moment that stood out to me was the three characters, Pickett, Beckworth, and Love, were sitting in the camp telling God, I can't remember his name now, Marshall. We're telling him like, yeah, we're gonna go do this. And he's like, no, we can't. And then they just start singing to each other, and it's like, oh no, shit's gonna go down now. It's like, it's not good. They started singing, and I'm like, oh, people go die.
I did like, I think Jim might be my favorite. It's hard. It's a hard, close second for maybe Nat, but or even Trudy. I don't know. Because I think Mary too. I don't know. Kofi's amazing. Everybody is so good.
Kofi, man, when they're walking in the bank, he's like, "What's your name?" Kofi. Kofi's my name. He's like, "No, what's your real name?"
My birth name is.
Yeah, my birth name's whatever. And she's like, "But you can call me Kofi."
It was like Cathay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Or when like he stopped, or when she stopped him at the front door when you first meet Cuffy, and she's like, "No guns," and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna bring my gun anyway." No guns.
She was such a badass.
And then the other guy tried to bring
put them brass knuckles on the side,
whooped his ass. Oh, it was good.
What else? Even when Jim tried to call out Cherokee at the beginning, or not the beginning, but like the first time we tried to call him out, and he walked off. He's like, "What the? I practiced that fucking stance for hours. You come back here."
He was just the best character.
It was a young, cocky kid, which usually doesn't translate well for me. But I think it's the I want to find the best person and put it on the line. That I think is what gets me, because that's what you do. If I'm alive, I'm the fastest, and if you're the fastest, we're gonna go. And if I'm still alive, I'm the fastest. Nobody wants to challenge it.
Well, and he did it with a flair that's not the same. And I go back to, I guess, Booby Miles would be the one I think of in like a movie where, like, I gotta be the best. I am the best, and
right.
Ends up getting screwed over and hurts himself. But Jim wanted to be the best, but had some level of humility that almost no other cocky I'm number one kind of characters ever had that I've seen.
And it was so great. It's like, I'm so sick of these motherfuckers bringing up Cherokee every time I try to say I'm the best. I will be honest with you. We could probably take an episode on each fucking character, and I could talk about each one of them for 20 something minutes because they're all so well written and so good. That line that Nat gives at the very beginning that you text me, and he was like, "Go ahead and turn him in. He's worth 5,000. Why don't you turn him in? I'm worth 10." Like, oh, it's
The moment you
just
said that, I'm
so
like, yeah,
good.
this movie's gonna be good. I'm like, all right, there's gonna be things said that I'm gonna be like, damn.
And you know what? You can see it in the trailer when you're watching it. Like, it's gonna be good. That is no question. I did not watch the trailer and was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Oh, example. The movie with The Rock, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds in it. It's coming to Netflix. I forgot what it's called. Red
Black
something.
Adam.
No. Red something. The Rock's a cop. Ryan Reynolds is like a thief, and so is Gal Gadot, and their shenanigans.
I
But
don't know that that's a thing coming. So
it is November something, so pretty
okay.
close. But I watched the trailer for that, and I'm like, you know, Gal Gadot is being a badass. Ryan Reynolds is being funny. The Rock's doing shit that he shouldn't survive that he's surviving. Like, I'm not excited. I'll watch it.
On the opposite side, a trailer that got me real excited was a movie called Gallow Walkers.
What's that?
It was a Wesley Snipes film.
Was?
It was terrible.
Oh, okay.
It came out like 20 years, 15 years
I was like,
ago.
what's
It was called Gallow Walkers, and I was so excited when I saw that preview. And it was awful.
Not good. Yeah. This was not that.
No.
I loved every character. I can't think of a scene that I would fix or shorten. It was a lengthy movie.
Yeah, and it was pretty good cadence. There was a pretty good flow. Just go watch it. Like, it genuinely is. It's not often that Cleve and I agree you should go watch it. So,
I mean, for the most part,
it's not often that one of us isn't picking it apart.
That's true. That's fair. One of us can't find a couple. Like, the only thing I wish is that Cherokee got shot with that bullet. That's the only thing that I wish could be different. That way, maybe it felt like Jim. You know, like he was part of it somehow. That's the only problem I had, because I love that guy so fucking much in such a short amount of time.
Even when Nat came over to his body, was like, told him to stop practicing those damn tricks.
Like, I know. I was like, hey man, not right now. I do like when Nat was like, watch my friend, I'll be back. I was hoping maybe somehow he, the shot in the mouth didn't kill him. Anything.
Did he Bruce Leroy it?
Or like maybe he like was able to stumble out and get a shot on him or something. I don't know.
When
I just wanted, but I can respect Kofi getting to do it.
When Pickett was like, he's like, I shouldn't have lived. He's like, I don't know how I did. And then pulls out the coin. The coin's got the fucking bullet in it. And he's like, holy shit.
And then he gets, at that moment, I was like, this motherfucker needs to get his. Like, I'm so ready. I don't know if it's going to be right now, because Kofi looks scared as fuck. But I was like, I need it. I have never seen an actor that I'm like, I love that actor. I fucking hate him right now, though. I hated him so much.
Game of Thrones did that to me. Well, I didn't love the actor, but the actor did such a good job that, like, if I ever saw that actor anywhere else, I'd be like, fuck that guy. I know what you did.
When Trudy stopped the train, and the white conductor came out, and he's like, "What are you doing, you stupid dick?" And he got shot. He goes, he could have been saying nincompoop. I ain't no nincompoop.
Say anything that starts with the letter N.
There ain't an N word you got that's gonna make it for you. How about that? I'm like, you know what?
God.
Respect. Or who could drive the train? Everybody but him. Oh, all of it was so good.
Oh, yo, that was a crazy twist when they're like, yeah, no, the government sent us. You done fucked up.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, definitely check it out. Let us know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below.
Talk to us about it. I will go back and forth with you about this. We can review this next time too if you want. Like, we'll just keep reviewing this movie.
We'll just make Stephanie watch it on her debut back.
Can we just have guests every week, and it just be other people? We're making other people watch it and us talking to them about it.
You know what? Yeah, if you've ever wanted to be on a podcast before, this is with the most utmost seriousness. If you ever wanted to be on a podcast before and you want to talk about this movie, send us an email, friendship.supreme@gmail.com.
Unless you hated it, you unfollow me right now because I don't know what we can possibly talk about.
If you want to talk about that movie, you go watch it. You come back and you let us know, and we'll record an episode with you.
Mary's like big ass top hat and her hair out, and the wardrobe everything was amazing.
Anyways, you guys can reach us at all of our social medias to let us know that you want to record an episode with us about this movie. What are our social medias, Cleve?
We have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which are all Friendship Supreme, except Twitter has no eyes in the word friendship. All eyes typically make it to the YouTube channel, where you go to youtube.com and search youtube.com/Friendship Supreme. We also have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/Friendship Supreme. Anything that we get, we put in our pockets and then spend again on the podcast. We ever appreciate it. The minimum donation is $1. And when you do it, I do a little dance. You don't see it, but I do. I gave you a little glimpse on the YouTube channel.
We appreciate you guys listening to us. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe. We have episodes every week on Wednesdays. We also stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 9 p.m. Central Time. If you guys want to watch us play video games or you want to watch our episodes, that's when you can see them. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve. Allow me the latitude of completion.